Hey guys, welcome back. It's Ryan or Raytom, whatever you want to call me. Either or. But if you're here today, it's because you probably want to know how to grow your social media or how to secure brand deals as a micro-influencer or how to get into the influencer world. Or you have a small business and you just want to do better on social media overall. So this is a place. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't want to listen to me talk, you can stop this video and you can download the PDF. It's going to be linked below, and basically everything that I'm going to say is going to be in this video. It's going to be here. So if you don't want to listen, you can go ahead and download this PDF, and yes, it's all the handy tips and tricks on how to enter the influencer world. Now it's 2021 and basically people need to know that you can make money off of social media. Like, this is not a game. If you have any type of social media account, doesn't matter how many followers you have, you can make money. You should be making money because you can be at home and you can make money. You don't have to be in an office. If you want to be in an office, no shade, go ahead and do that. But I always recommend to people, like, just hop on social media, just do this, because you never know what it can lead you to or how many opportunities can come from that. So I always try to help people, friends, family, anyone who asks me if they have social media questions. I'm always going to let you know, because your bag isn't stopping my bag, and I want to see other people win. And also, a little bit unrelated, I think in the future, actually no, I'm not even going to say it, but just know you can be making money off social media, and I'm here to help you. These are the tips on how to get into the micro-influencer world and how to secure brand deals. Number one, you have to treat your Instagram as your own personal resume. A lot of people don't understand this, that when people are looking for something, they can go on Instagram, for example, and search the hashtag micro-influencer, and there are different images that will pull up. Instagram is such a strong tool. Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, really everything is a strong tool. But the content that you put out there, it's going to be seen by somebody, so you should make sure that it's high quality content. I always say this because if you're looking to be an influencer, or if you have a small business, if you or someone else on the outside looking in at your profile or your small business's profile, would you be attracted to it? Okay, if not, then you need to reassess, because your personal page is your resume, or your business page is your resume, and if it looks good, people are going to be like, oh, like, let me look for more, etc., etc. So you need to make sure that you're using your Instagram or your whatever as a resume, because it's important. If you are reaching out to brands, they need to see that, okay, there's not just one picture that's a good picture. You have a lot of different pictures that are good pictures. And so that leads me into the next point, is you need to invest in yourself, or you need to invest in equipment, which is, equipment is ultimately investing in yourself, in my opinion. We are at the point now where so many people have upgraded, so many people have taken social media so seriously, to the point that if your stuff, which there are people who are still using their phones, which their content looks fine if you're going to use your phone. I just say that you use a back camera if you're not going to invest in a camera, because the better quality, the more likely that you're going to be able to sell yourself or use your content to show, like, hey, I can produce high quality content for you at this rate, etc. Some people can, if they have it like that, like they have the following, like celebrities are more likely to be able to throw up whatever type of video they want or picture they want, because they already naturally have such a huge following. But if you have a smaller following, I would say definitely invest in yourself. Because for myself personally, I don't have like a huge following on Instagram. I have 5,000 followers. TikTok, I have 3,000 followers, which is not super huge, very micro. But the way that I present myself to brands is that I actually have a 4K camera. I'm going to always produce high quality content, and you're going to get high quality content for this rate, whatever my rate is. So that's how I do it. I definitely suggest producing high quality content, whether that be using a camera or whether you're using your phone, but just make sure you're using your light. You're taking advantage of the lightness, like people are not attracted to dark videos or dark images, so etc. So just be mindful of the content that you're putting out, because people are going to see it, and then also be mindful of the quality of that content as well. Okay, so my third point is, when you're trying to become a micro influencer or get into the influencer world, you need to do outreach. So I wasn't just, okay, there were a couple deals that I got initially that made me look into this more, where people reach out to me and they're like, hey, I want you to promote my products, what's your rates? And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I'm sorry. And then also, in saying that, don't feel bad about a rate. If there's a big business, small businesses are different, but if there's a big business reaching out to you and they're like, hey, what's your rate? They're reaching out to you, you already have leverage. This is my rate. Go high, because people are always gonna go low. My mom always told me that. Like, I'd be so nervous about being like, oh, this is my rate. Like, I don't want them to say no. If they say no, then it wasn't meant to be. Like, you're not gonna get every deal that comes your way, because X, Y, and Z happens. But always go low, because the brand's always gonna negotiate down. So don't feel bad about setting the bar high, because you never know what's gonna happen. It might lower, or they might say yes. So don't play yourself, because you just never know. Like, you might say this number and the brand will be like yes immediately. And if you had started with a lower number and then they say yes quickly, you might be like, dang, they probably would have just said yes to the initial number that I said. So just be mindful. Like, don't play yourself. You're using equipment, time, and your effort to putting, your content together. So just keep that in mind. Like, you wouldn't want someone playing your sister, your mother, your brother. Think of yourself as, my camera just stopped recording, but think of yourself as a family or friend that you love. So if you don't want anyone playing them, don't let anyone play you. So next, make sure you're doing outreach. Yes, sure, maybe brands are gonna reach out to you, but if you're not already in the world, there might not be a lot of people reaching out to you yet. So with that being said, you need to do your research on the brands that align with yourself as a person, and then you need to also reach out to people. When I say reach out, I don't mean DM 3 people or email 3 brands. No, you need to take a day, maybe take a week, and take an hour each day, and you're emailing 50 brands a day, or however, email as many brands as you can in an hour. Or if you're a business, take an hour a day and email 50 influencers a day for a week, because only a small percentage of people are actually going to email you back. So you need to email a lot of people, and don't get discouraged if you're reaching out to 10 people and no one's reaching back out. Like, it's okay. You're gonna have to keep going, and you can't be discouraged, because people are gonna say no in this business. You're not gonna always align with the brand, and even if you think that you're a really good fit with the brand, they might not think that. Or maybe they say no in September, reach back out in the next quarter, and you never know. A deal might happen. Maybe they didn't have a budget, or maybe they just weren't doing influencer partnerships at that time. So you just never know, and just be mindful. Just be mindful of giving yourself grace, and don't get discouraged, because honestly, it took me like a year to actually consistently tell brands like, this is my rate. So, and honestly, creator burnout is a real thing. Creators should be getting paid, because you are taking time and effort to promote someone's product. And yeah, we don't do no more free promo. Unless you want to, but like, consistently going out your way to do stuff is a lot, and I don't recommend that, because that's like slavery. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that no more. Like, we are our own bosses. We're making money, and yeah, we're doing it on our time. So, and also in saying that, when you're doing outreach, don't use their contact email. You need to actually do like heavy research. So go to LinkedIn, search that brands, search their social media marketing managers, social media manager, influencer relations manager on LinkedIn. Find these people, and then sometimes they'll have their emails in the LinkedIn bios, or you can find them on social media. Just look, and you actually really have to do your research to find these people, because the contact or the support email is not necessarily going to send your email to the marketing team. So you have to dig and do your own research to find that person, or the correct person on the marketing team, in order to reach them and to get your media kit to them. And also, I don't recommend DMing people just because you never know who's checking the page. It could be a million people checking the page, and it may not never get to the right person, and it's just a little bit unprofessional to me. But like, if you can't find their email at all, then maybe sure, use their DMs, or you use their, you know, regular email. But I always recommend finding that marketing email or social media manager email, and then DMing is last resort to me. But and then also, in investing in yourself, I would always say to record in the light. So right now I'm in front of my window, I'm using daylight. I don't necessarily like recording at nighttime, but if I do, then I will use my lights. I started off with a ring light, but as my influencer journey, content creator journey continued, I started investing in different lights. So I have some newer lights, and I have some other lights. I don't really know what they're called, but if I find them, they're actually in my Amazon store. So yeah, all my equipment is in my Amazon store. So yeah, I mean, a ring light is cool if you're just starting, but there's also other lighting that you can buy for around the same price that I think might be a little bit better than the ring light. And you know, you can get 2 different lights and then get the same lighting coming in on you. So I personally think they're better because you get a bigger bang for your buck, but that's just me. So my next point of encouragement is to be consistent. Now this is hard because there's no foreseen finish line. Like, being consistent for one person could be 10 years. Consistency for another person could be 6 months, 1 year. You just never know. For being a content creator and securing brand deals specifically, I would say just keep going until you're consistently securing deals, because initially it can be really hard and really dark because you're like, no one's seeing my content, like no one's appreciating me, I'm not getting any deals. But you never know. It reminds me of that picture of like the guy who's like pushing the boulder. Yeah, he's pushing the boulder, but like he gives up because he was pushing for so long, he's tired, but really he had this much left until he got to the other side. Like, you just never know how close you are to, you know, becoming like a successful content creator, whatever that may mean to you. So just keep going, because you just never know. You never know when it's going to be your time, and you can't compare yourself to other people. Everyone has their own journey. So keep going, keep pushing. It's going to be hard, especially when you feel like people aren't recognizing all the hard work you're putting in. I like to think of it as you have to struggle to succeed. Like, what you're going through now as a content creator may not be the same thing that you're going through in 2 months, 3 months, a year, whatever the case may be. So just be consistent, because that's the best way to grow. Be consistent uploading videos on YouTube. You just don't know. Just keep going. Also, lastly, I think this might be one of the most important points of this whole entire talk, is that whatever reason you want to be a content creator for, it has to be a good reason. Like, you have to be passionate about what you're talking about, because if you're not passionate about what you're talking about, then that might be shown to your followers, whoever is watching your content. Because if you're not passionate and you don't love what you're talking about, then why would someone else love what you're talking about if they can tell that you don't even really care for this subject? So just be passionate, especially when things get hard, when you're feeling like no one's, you know, watching you, or no one is, you know, appreciating your content. It's hard on yourself if you don't really love what you're talking about, because it's like a waste. So do yourself justice and do others justice. If this is not what you love, or if this isn't one of your passions, then I say don't do it. But I will also say that about anything that you're doing in life, because why do it if you don't like to do it? Yes, it could be great money, but if it's not something that you love, then wouldn't recommend it. It's just wasting your own time. So just to get started, there are some apps that you can download to connect directly with brands. Some apps have like a threshold, like 5,000 followers, 4,000, 3,000, but I know that there is an app called Incense, and like Influencer app for those who are really, you know, getting started, where you can actually hop on those apps and connect with brands, or do like product reviews, or they'll send you products to review, and all you have to do is do like a caption. You can form relationships that way. I've had some brands that we have a steady relationship going. I think anyone can do it. Honestly, people always say consistency is the biggest thing, but it really is, because one video might not make a huge impact, but your 12th video might, or your 12th post, or whatever it may be. And also, in saying that, when you post something, maybe 10 people saw it, maybe 100 people saw it, you can repost. You can repost that same post, especially if you're a business, or if you're on Pinterest, or if you're on TikTok, because maybe you posted something on February, these people saw it, now it's December, you have more followers now, you have a different audience and a different type of engagement now. You can repost that same content, and you never know, it could be a viral video, you just never know, or a viral picture, whatever. But don't be discouraged, because not everyone saw your post the first time around, and I think that's important, because people might be like, oh, I posted something, no one saw it, or no, it didn't do as well as I thought. That's okay. Like, repost it, put it back out there. These are my personal tips. This is how I've had success. This is what I've done. So I hope this was helpful, and you know, if you do have any questions, you can follow me at RightTime, RightTime_, and just reach out to me, DM me. I'm always here to answer questions. I'm always here to help. I have a lot of resources that I like to share on my pages, on Instagram, on TikTok. So if you follow consistently, you always see me posting tips for influencers or content creators. Definitely recommend following me. If you don't follow me, but you're still reaching out, it's giving hater vibes, but I hope this helped, and everyone's journey is different. You know, follow your own path, and best of luck to you. Thank you for watching.